Yeah. We back again. Let's go ahead and get started with the vibes, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Let's go ahead and get it rolling.
She's a bad mama down, just as fine as she can be. Hey, she's a bad mama jamma, just as fine as she can be. Her body measurements are perfect in every dimension. She's got a figure that's shown of great attention.
Check, 1, 2.
She's poetry in motion, a beautiful sight to see. I get so excited viewing her anatomy. She's shielded, she's tight, got all the curves a man like.
Yeah.
You know about all this.
Yeah.
Probably got some Frankie Beverly on there somewhere.
Ain't got no money.
Prince, the only man in heels and a wig, long hair that could steal your girl. He was smooth with it though.
But they always seem to let
One and only.
And I get discouraged, 'cause I never see you anymore. And I need your love, babe. Well, that's all I'm living for, yeah. Don't wanna pressure you, baby, but all I ever wanted to do, I wanna be your lover. I wanna be the only one that makes you come running. I wanna be your lover. I wanna do
Hey, Mike, don't come and copyright us. You know how you be with these strikes, man. Listen, don't copyright me. I'm just playing some music, bro. I don't know how long I want to let Mike go.
Girl, close your eyes. Let that rhythm get into you. Don't
Shout out to Joe Jackson.
fight it. There ain't
Well.
Joe, there's no Mike.
you can
No matter what y'all think about him.
He ain't lying.
relax your mind. Lay back and
Hey.
with mine. You gotta feel that heat, and we can ride the boogie. Share that beat of love. I wanna rock with you
Yeah.
all night. Dance you into the sunlight. Wanna rock with you all night. Gonna rock the night away.
Keep the applause going. Keep the applause going. Thank y'all once again for tuning in to another episode of the Pod Next Door. I appreciate everybody for joining us. It is your boy Zay Smooth, and I'm here today with a special guest.
Me,
Pops.
the dad, Pops.
You know
The
what I'm saying?
original A1 Ulam Leatherberry.
Yes, sir. So I appreciate you for coming on today.
Yeah, I didn't mind coming down here. You know, I hate driving in this traffic, but, you know, I was able to squeeze you into my busy schedule.
Yeah, the busy schedule of retirement. You know what I'm saying? Twice retired, actually.
3 times.
3 times. See, look.
And working on something else right now.
When you retire 3 times, you really don't have nothing to do in life. You just be
Nothing
chilling.
left. I've done it all. So just trying to get the wife to retire real soon, and then we could just probably go somewhere every other month. At least 4 cruises a year and some mini vacations in between there and stuff. So
Must be nice.
It is. I ain't gonna lie.
Government helped y'all out back in the day with the way they set y'all retirements up. Nowadays,
Yes, they did.
we ain't got no retirement.
Yep. You had to get the right jobs and get up out of there. And, most of the jobs I did, like with corrections, I walked out the door at 17 years. Prince George's County Corrections, it was a county. and got 3 or 5 years military time up front, and sold all my sick leave, vacation time. So I walked out the door with close to 20 some years. And funny thing is, that was almost 20 years ago, and at least 18 years ago. And the checks that I get from that is more than what a lot of people down here in Florida get paid right now.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's
Crazy. Anyway, I don't want to, it is what it is. So, they took those retirements out of a lot of companies, and people started a 401k, which is they work, but that's just putting money back into the system so that they can use your money so they can make more money. That's all this is about. So, but
I think it's all a scam.
Basically, most things are scams now.
Like, I'm not gonna say my 401k is a scam, but I do feel like the way they do it is a scam. Like, I still understand why I pay for Medicare.
It's crazy.
Why do I pay for Medicare if I can't get Medicare?
You're right, but guess what? I get Medicare, but guess what? I still have to pay for it, which is ridiculous. I've paid all these years into it, didn't use it. The minute I turned 65, they kicked me off my old insurance, which was really, really great. And now I'm still paying into Medicare to use Medicare. It's a scam. Thanks, Richard Nixon, for a lot of this, because he made healthcare a business. It used to be nonprofit. He came into it. He got the laws changed to help out some of his, once again, CEO buddies.
What does that mean by nonprofit?
Means you're not working. I may be wrong, but let me try it. You're really working the business not to be a profitable business, where it's the type of business where, and I think the bottom line is it doesn't become public.
Miles,
and you don't sell shares, so that way it's not profitable. You can make a profit, but it's not where it's a big business entity and stuff. It's just to probably just to conduct a service.
Because I swear, and I might be wrong, but I swear I think the NFL is a nonprofit organization, and I don't understand how.
They recently was changed a few years ago after people found out that they weren't obligated to pay federal taxes or something crazy and stuff.
Yeah.
The way it was, but this is the key. You got to learn how the laws are and work within the laws if you can. Once you begin to make money, because it takes money to do any of this stuff, because they got the high-priced lawyers and stuff. The average guy just can't go out and do it. You can form LLCs and all this other kind of stuff, but until you can get the right lawyers that can do this paperwork and do the filings for you to do it, that's the game. Most people don't know the game. It's not for everybody.
Yeah. So it says that the NFL league office relinquished its tax-exempt trade association status in 2015 and now operates as a taxable for-profit entity, which means before 2015, they were operating as a non-profit organization generating billions and billions of dollars.
How many teams was it? Or
32 teams or 30 teams. I don't know.
32
teams,
owners.
32 teams.
32 owners who made billions and billions off of TV contracts.
And then this the thing. They said most notably the National Football League Foundation and the Green Bay Packers operate as the league's only nonprofit community owned, because they are owned by the community of Green Bay.
Yeah.
But I still don't understand how that's a nonprofit community a nonprofit organization when they bring in millions and millions of dollars every Sunday.
It's just the definition of a word. That's only different. That's what makes the difference. The definition of how they define certain wordings and things like that. And then that's the way it's written, and that's what you get. But hey, it's part of the game. It's part of the game.
I'm not gonna lie. I think some of these teams should become like publicly traded. I should be able to bet on the stock of the Eagles. I invest in y'all all anyway. Why not put my money into the stock of the Eagles?
Yeah, but then, I mean, if they become that, then, especially when they make you, football teams, they get a new stadium. And who finances 3/4 of the building of the new stadium? The public does.
Yeah.
Talking about tax incentives and they're going to bring in so many jobs. Look, the average football team, you pay 8 home games, maybe throw in some concerts. Most of the jobs are part-time jobs. They're not full-time jobs.
Yeah, I don't know why. That whole we going to bring in more jobs. Like, what are y'all talking about, bro?
And remember when we lived in Maryland, when they built the new Washington Redskins Stadium, they sold the people on the same aspect, and you had very little stuff. The biggest thing that came out of that was the recreation center place,
Sports complex next door.
complex and everything. But then they even kind of made it so that the people that lived in the surrounding area is supposed to be like a 2-mile area, was supposed to get a lot of services for free, and the camps and all that. And they did that only for like 3 or 4 years. Then they phased that out. Next thing you know, because they had a Olympic type swimming pool, you had all the big colleges coming there and they hold tournaments. And
hey, real quick though too, and this is, I mean, sometimes you are glad that they do certain stuff. Like, I'm not mad at certain gentrification, or not even gonna say gentrification, just like doing, like, rebuilding the community in a sense, or cleaning it up.
Everything is going to change. And with gentrification, part of the problem is that you have people that have lived in these neighborhoods for 20, 30 years, paid off their homes, but still have to pay property tax, which should not be after you own your home. You should let the new development take care of the problem. But the problem in America is there's so much greed, is that they want every single dollar, not just to take care of roads and school and municipalities and things. They use the money for all other kind of little back roads type stuff, and that means we need every single dollar. But gentrification, however you want to call it, it makes the neighborhood look good. But the problem that I've always seen, just take where we used to be over there by East Capitol Street. I saw how that was gentrified.
Capitol Avenue.
But it made it look better. And the problem that I saw was that these people who lived in their homes all of these years, none of their children took over to pay the taxes so that those people could continue to stay there. But when they get, moved out, now the children come back, making a bunch of noise. But none of y'all was around to help take care of anything for what your parents have bought and worked so hard for all those years.
It's just funny though, like, because like when you were speaking about the Redskins or Commanders, whatever, the old FedEx, the old FedEx stuff, it was really like tell us, well, pretty much like I was just thinking about it, I'm like, dang, they put that over in Landover, Maryland, right? Right?
Yeah.
They moved the skins over there to Landover, and that same area, literally right down the road. Rayford Edmonds was doing some of the most heinous and
Landover Mall, those apartments down there, straight down that
like
road.
You almost could see Landover Mall from the stadium. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. It's
all they had to
crazy.
do was cut them trees back down that was separated over by the Sam's Club, that little shopping area and stuff, and that was that area. But that was low price development. It was a good spot because it was right off the Beltway and stuff.
Let me ask real quick, how much was our home when you first got that?
When I bought it,
Yeah, the one that in
the
Maryland.
townhouse I bought, I think I paid $118,000. That was the cost, $118,000. When I sold it, I think I only owed like 70-some thousand, but I sold it for $156,000. So it jumped up in price. So that was my equity. The difference of what I owed it versus equity.
Hold on. So from 90, when did you buy the house?
I had the house before I got married, for about 4 years.
So about 89.
I kept it maybe about 8 years. What grade was you in when we left?
We left in 2007. That's what I'm trying to figure out, how you had it for over 20 years.
No, not 20.
Oh no, you had it right under 20. You had it if you got it in 89, you said you had it 4 years before you were married. About 3 or 4 years before you were married.
Yeah.
You got married, y'all got married in 93.
Okay.
So that means that you had to have it either in 90 or 89.
All right,
Let's
say
just
90.
say 90. So we moved in 2007. So you had it for 17 years.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Yeah, I guess so.
That's what I'm saying. And my thing is, in them 17 years, you said you bought it for 118.
Yeah.
And you still owe 70 on it.
Yeah.
How?
Because usually most of the time when you buy a house, your first 10 years, most of that, 90% of that is just going to the interest.
What? See, I never knew this. I thought I thought it was like a car payment or something, like you just pay it down.
And now my house note was like $1,200 a month.
Yeah.
But that whole portion of that $1,200 wasn't just going towards the house.
See, okay.
You got your insurance and you got your property taxes, which might be a third. So if you took those out, my house note probably would have been around, it probably would have been $800.
Okay.
$800. So that
makes more sense now if you're paying at $800.
That $800 only maybe about $300 is going to the principal. So it looks one way on paper, but in reality it's something totally different. But because of that area that was being built up and homes and everything, and we lived, thank God we didn't live on the other side, we lived on the side we did, I was able to get a profit out of it because I sold it. I sold it for like
140 or something.
140, 150 something, 160, something like that. And after, the realtor got their cut, which was Patrice, which was good.
But that's even crazier to think, like, okay, now granted, like I said, times, right? 2007. I guarantee you right now, if I go on Zillow right now, I guarantee you those homes right now are in the 200,
250.
250 easily.
Yeah, easily.
Easily.
Yeah. I'm telling you the truth. With everything I got, I can't afford to move back to Maryland. Not in that area. There's just
crazy.
no way I just wouldn't, I would not be happy buying with what I would want to buy and what I know I could get, I'm not trying to put every dime into a home. That's ridiculous. So, but
but yeah, at least y'all was able to buy homes.
you know what? And that's the funny thing, because at the time I bought the house, me and a buddy of mine that I was, he was in the military and I was in the military. I got the job at the Department of Corrections, and then he got the job. I helped him get the job. We rented a townhome together, and he decided, he said, hey man, I think I might buy this, and I was like, okay, I think I might go do the same thing. And it was a simple, easy process to just go buy the house.
Hey, that sounds like
we had
bro.
plenty.
I think I'm gonna buy a house.
I wasn't making great money, but I still was making good money that I did not worry about making a house note of $1,200 by myself.
Yeah.
At that time, back in 1990 something.
But and see, I think what's even crazier is like,
and the 300ZX sports car.
like I haven't done the real research to see the exact numbers and everything, but I go based on feeling sometimes. And feeling, I feel like I'll go just as far as 2012 when I graduated. So we going on what, 14 years? Mm-hmm. Almost 15 years now. So in the last 15 years, I can say that prices, inflation, everything has gone. I feel like almost the last 15 years has been more than than like the last 30 years in a way. Like,
you're right, yeah. And it's a big picture. You gotta. They always say experience is the best teacher, and which it is, but if you sit back and watch the experience, that's another great teacher. It's just like a lot of people today are living off of credit cards. Well, a lot of your credit cards is charging over 25% interest on every dollar.
Yeah.
Every dollar, they take 25%. When I was young, very young, in my teens, I remember watching something on TV, and they were saying any charges over 25% interest was illegal at time, and it was considered being a loan shark. Now the banks are allowed to charge over 25% up to I see 38%.
that's like the APR.
Annual percentage rate. Yeah. My Lowe's credit card.
I was like, I just got a credit card and it was like at 29%.
Yeah. My Lowe's credit card is like 30-some%.
Yeah.
That's why I pay it off every month when I can.
And you know what's crazy? I realized, perfect example, I didn't pay it all the way off. I paid I did like the minimum payment, whatever it was on like last month. And my credit score went down off of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This month I paid like triple times the amount what the minimum payment was, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty much like back to like even balance or whatever. But it's like, and I see my credit score go up. And I was like, okay. So now I get it. Because I was trying to figure out why is my credit score going down? Because it can't be them student loans. Because I told y'all, I'm not paying them student loans. I forgave myself. It's up to them. It's on you. Take that up with God. But I'm not paying those student loans, bro.
Once again,
I didn't even get the degree.
It is.
How does that work?
Everything is designed to sort of take almost every dollar. There used to be some parameters on some things, but here, recently those parameters have been taken away. Banks, just think, banks is charging 20-some% interest on credit cards, but yet your savings is still less than 0.1%.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
No, okay, perfect example. And this is what I mean by sometimes capitalism or greed, whatever you want to call it, is just getting out of hand sometimes. And it's sometimes almost like be for real. Okay, you know Hillsborough Avenue. You know Hillsborough, right? You know where the old drive-in movie theater used to be?
Right, yeah.
They built all new apartments right there.
Right.
They wiped out the drive-in theater, right? Now remind you, this is in between 22nd Street on Hillsborough. This is in between 22nd Street. Everybody in Tampa know what 22nd Street is.
Right across the street is a San Juan farmer's market.
All of that.
So it ain't like it's nothing glamorous.
It's Hillsborough. It's Hillsborough Avenue.
Yeah.
On the west side of Tampa.
Yeah.
We all know what that means. On the east side of Tampa, excuse me, not west side, but on the east side of Tampa. Like, we know what that is. If you from Tampa, you from Florida, from this area, you know Hillsborough. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. I used to work in that. I still do work in that area. And it's the hood.
Yeah, basically.
It's the hood. And they think, oh, we just gonna put these apartments over here, but the rest of the area is still gonna be the hood. And I can charge y'all $1,700 for a 1-bedroom. I'm in the hood.
But I bet you there's people there.
It is.
Yeah, and it's probably full.
But I was like, it's the hood.
You got to live somewhere.
Like, when you're in the apartment complex, you forget that you in the hood. So that's what they do a good job of that. But the thing is like, I can look across the street and still see hood, just hood.
It's right across the street.
It's all there.
Yeah.
You got the Popeyes right there. You got the Ross. You got the...
And see, that's the one thing I noticed here when we moved to Florida. Florida is pockets.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to talk about the Tampa area because I don't know all of... There's pockets. Like when we moved to our development up there in, where we live in Wesley Chapel, it was... I could go over here and there's... what's the thing? Trailer homes and this and this and this. And we lived in a pocket. And next thing you know... This is why they love gated communities, because they're just a pocket. It's not indicative of the whole area. Where up north is, you can see
the area
you can
change.
see the area, and then it begins to change, a gradual change to where you could tell where you see a little bit more money here, But here it's just let's store it right here. Give them 4.5 square miles. We're going to charge $350,000 for this home.
No, you're right. Because honestly, now, just like I said, from me, like working and just going to all these different places, I got a good grasp of Tampa. Like I know my way around Tampa. And I will even say a lot of the places, like when you start going out the Lutz area and stuff like that, like Orlando Lakes, out there is more country.
Yeah.
But the houses are way bigger and like, you know what I'm saying, affluent and stuff like that. So it's almost like the more country you get, you start seeing some of these big homes and stuff like that. And like I was driving somewhere the other day and it was in the middle of, I felt like the hood, but somehow it was like the country. I found like myself in like a little country area, and I'm driving, I look, and I see this, I'm talking huge house, like huge, nothing else around it.
But you got to remember, most of that stuff was built probably, let's say 10 to 15 years ago, before all of the, because even our area, most of that was orange groves.
Oh, yeah.
Well, then off of that back road, Elam Road, those farmers no longer could, they had the citrus disease that came through. So I guess it wasn't profitable to try to, wait 5-10 years to get it back up. So what do? You sell it to developers. Now, back over there, we got Epperson Lagoon. They got Miranda Lagoon right up the street.
When we first moved, before we moved to our neighborhood that we're in now, the first neighborhood that we moved to while our house was being built. Yeah. That house, what is that, Watergrass or whatever?
Watergrass.
Like, remember they were talking about, oh yeah, it's all gonna be built up, boom, boom. We're thinking that's gonna happen while I'm still in high school or something like that.
Right.
I've been out of high school now 15 years, and now I go back, I drive over, and I'm like, oh, yeah, it's a whole neighborhoods over here.
That you probably did not realize at the time was that when we moved here, there was a so-called housing crisis, meaning houses have been paid for
Well, we moved there during the recession.
during the recession, and I waited a year because like the house that we got, while we waited, when we first looked at the house before it was built, they wanted I think around $350,000, and I told the wife, I said, "Now, let's wait a little bit because I paid attention to the market and the stuff was still coming down." So by the time we signed the contract, about 7 months later, that house that we had went from 350 down to 275. It dropped just that fast. Now I was going, because I had some money saved, I was going to drop $40,000 on the house cash. I would have lost all that money because it went from 350 to 275. So my 40,000 would have been wiped out. No equity. So that was a good move on our part. But then, everything else now, the houses in our areas, incredibly, because I don't know if because they put Epperson up there, which is, a little overrated and stuff. It's beautiful, but the whole Wesley Chapel area has grown so quick. In the market now for our house is on close to $500,000, which is crazy, which is absolutely crazy. So I couldn't even afford to move back into the house that I'm living in right now.
You gotta keep it just so you can stay in your area.
Because I can't go nowhere. So I'm going to Jamaica though. Anyway, so
that's funny.
That's just, man,
Yeah.
greed. And like I say, they don't pay you much on none of your interest on at the banks. I remember when I was still in Maryland at one time, I bought a CD from Navy Federal. It was paying 7%. That's unheard of in today's times. 7%. And another problem that a lot of people have to try to buy a house is so many things that you don't see. It's just like with me, because I was in the military, I was able to get a VA loan, which means I didn't have to pay what is known as a PMI, primary mortgage insurance. That's on top of your insurance for the home. A PMI is money that you have to pay to the bank to protect their investment of you buying the home from money that you get from them. The bank don't cover that. That might be another $200-300 a month.
So that's like buying a car and you go to the bank to get the loan for the car or whatever, and then they make you pay an additional insurance on the loan that you just purchased, knowing that you're going to also pay insurance on your car.
Yes.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah. It's man. But see, when you got big industry involved in politics, when they made it, and this is a key word, what did they say? Corporations are people too. That sounds like a catchphrase, but what they did was they allowed those corporations to put money into congressmen and senators who vote on everything favorable for those corporations. Whereas it used to be grass seed money, the little small people donating to campaigns. It's just like right now, I read that one of the senators here in Florida, his as they call it, his war chest, $89 million to run campaigns and ads. Nobody needs $89 million to run a Senate campaign. Come on now. I think that should be capped. Now, where does all that money go? Where does it come from first?
Oh, we know where it come from.
Where does it come from first? And then where does it go?
We know where it come from. I'm not gonna lie. The older I get and the more I just start like seeing stuff and you see all these numbers get thrown out, I start to think money is real. It's I'm not gonna say it's not real because obviously we know it's real, but it's like, why?
It's a concept.
It's a construct. It's something that was made.
Let me give you a basic example. I could go out somewhere into a field and pick up a stone and say, man, look at this stone. It looks nice. Let me shine it up. It's just a stone. Years ago, the De Beers decided to take stones called diamonds, shine them up, and put a value to them. They said, look at this shiny stone. And now we're going to say, you can't get them everywhere. It's rare. So now this is a $1 trillion operation for a stone. And people go after rocket trying to get the biggest stone in a ring, in your jewelry. It's just a freaking stone in the earth, made by earth, has no value. All they do is dig it up, cut it, chip it, shine it, stick it in a ring, and now they want what? $100,000 for this stone. It's what people value.
But isn't gold just a rock?
Gold is just a rock, but what they do, they when everybody puts a value on one thing, it's like we could take corn. You can make corn the most valuable product in the world right now. Because you can take corn, you can eat it. You can process it to make fuel from it.
Ethanol.
You can use the seed to grow more from it. You can use the stalk as fuel to burn. It can be the most expensive commodity ever if you make everybody dependent upon it. If nobody's dependent upon it, it's just like anything you sell. I could take that chain off your neck and say, hey, this chain is worth $100,000.
It's not, y'all. I promise. I promise it's not.
If nobody buys it, it's not worth $100,000. Facebook Marketplace, 3 years later, that same chain might be I'm not going to say put a value on it, but it could be much lower than $100,000. It's just like when you see guys go out here and they buy all of this fancy jewelry. And I spend all this and this and this. And then they go to sell it. Custom jewelry don't sell for what you had it made for.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It depreciated.
So there's no value to it. They take the diamonds out, they melt it down, and there you go. It's
so like kind of like for instance with the I don't know if you saw this at all, but like this was going on a few weeks ago. It's like AP, Audemars Piguet, you know, the big watch company. They came out. They collaborated with Swatch, I think they're called, or whatever, and they're making like these $300, $500 watches, right?
Right.
So for your average everyday person, I guess.
Yeah. And
a lot of the rappers or different guys who only buy this stuff so that they can say that they got it, or it's not because they think it's something great. It's more so because they just want to feel like it's like trying to be a cool kid.
It's a fashion trend.
Yeah. And so with that, like you've seen a lot of people talking about, oh man, if AP gonna do this, bro, I'm about to just sell all my real APs, because now anybody can just go and get an AP, blah blah blah. And I'm like, first off, it's AP. Like, first off, I'm gonna be honest with me, bro. This fan, big watch guy. I don't care about watches, especially when I grew up in a time with digital time.
Yeah.
Like, what do we tell it? What do we like? All I need is my Apple Watch. I'm cool. Like, for real. And even that, I don't wear it all the time. Like, I don't care about no AP, about no Rolex. I don't care about.
My wife forces me to.
Yeah, we had to buy him all this Apple stuff last Christmas just so he could actually be blue and show up blue on the stuff, because we tired of them green bubbles. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, I just don't understand. Like, even them bracing it down to $300, $500. I was like, you won't see me buying no $300, $500 watch.
But what they did, they made a market for it before it was a market.
Of course.
And you use certain marketing techniques and say, hey, it's going to be hot. It's going to be a new release. And that gets people's ears perked up. And like, I got to get out there. So you got people, I still laugh because I remember when you got disappointed one time about a shoe release. And you was up at Wiregrass Mall waiting.
Taxi 12s, I remember.
Waiting. I was like,
that might have been because I did one during college, but that really wasn't a wait. That might have been the last time I actually stood in line for some shoes.
I said, honey, let him do it. He'll see. He got to figure this thing out, that this is not no thing, that is just, and it goes so quick and so fast by the time you get them and this and that,
No, see, but like that I will push back a little bit.
All right.
Standing in line for sneakers used to be a thing. Like that was the only way you could get the sneaker. They weren't you couldn't buy them online. Like, they weren't releasing them online. You had to be at the store to get them. And I worked at Champs. Like, I know how many pairs we getting in the store. I know all of that. But at this time, this was before I even worked at Champs. I was actually, matter of fact, I was a senior in high school. I had went to our senior night where we went to Orlando, Universal Studios all night long, got back at 4:00 in the morning and had you drive me up to the mall just so I could stand in line from 6 until whenever the store opened up at 8 or 10 o'clock. so I can get my shoes. And I remember I'm online. I got Nessa on the online. Because at this time I think you could buy them online, but you could also get them in store. So I'm like, either way, I'm gonna get them. I got them. Okay. DJ didn't get them. DJ was the one who was upset because he didn't get them.
So let me ask you something. Could you get those shoes 2 months later?
I don't know. No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? You
no, you couldn't because DJ never got them.
So you could not go in the store and buy them shoes 2 months.
No, you definitely weren't buying them in the store.
So they cut them off.
They only made a certain amount of releases.
That's marketing.
Yeah, it's called supply and demand.
They pushed you into the corral.
Yeah.
It's just like herding the cattle. You got the corral. Only so many can get in. Let's push them. And they push, close the gate. Now we got them. We can charge them this, and they think they got something great. And then 6 months later, let's come out with another one and build another corral.
No, you're right.
Listen, I have never owned a pair of Jordans.
Sorry for you.
Yeah, but guess what? I've never had a brand new car. I've had 2 new houses. That's not a flex.
Nah, that is kind of a flex, though. That is kind of saying. That's kind of a flex. That's kind of a flex. Look, I can't lie.
When we go to Jamaica, I'm gonna look into buying them a couple of them houses that I showed you online.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look into buying a couple of them one at least, maybe 2, and use one as an Airbnb and chill out there for maybe 6 months out of the year. And
I used to want to say I would want to go to Jamaica, but I heard that weed is trash.
I got nothing to do with that.
I do.
I don't know.
Saying, if I'm going to the place where I thought that the weed was going to be the best.
I bet if you go up in them hills, it's a whole different story.
I was reading somewhere, I'm a butcher it, so who cares? But it's somewhere in like the Hindu mountains or something like that. There's like where weed just grows natural. And it's like, it's just fields and fields of weed. And I'm like, man, it must be nice.
I guess so. If you say so, I guess so.
Well, I know you like in Afghanistan and stuff, they got the Kush Mountains and you know what I'm saying? That really is where you get Kush from.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You get certain types of strains. So my thing is Jamaica, just do better with your weed. I might be joining y'all, but other than that,
other than weed, I think there's a lot more things you can enjoy in Jamaica. So like I say, I never owned a pair of new Jordans or no pair of Jordans.
They got that nasty ketchup, but I don't really know.
But you love that ketchup.
No, I didn't. That was nasty.
You was putting that sweet ketchup on everything.
No, I was putting that. I was not. I was eating the burgers and I didn't like the ketchup because the ketchup was so sweet. I didn't like it. It's hard for me not to like ketchup.
Like sugar ketchup.
It was disgusting. It was like
it's like mumbo sauce.
Yes. Well, I was gonna say, and you actually were early on this because you be on TikTok all day long. These things that are killing the black community right now. I'm glad you didn't go into business and really try to start getting you some.
Go ahead.
I told you move your mic closer.
I can hear you. No problem.
You probably can't hear yourself.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was saying you need to move the mic closer. But no, I was saying like them
things that kill the black community.
Them pineapples things that you Kool-Aid pineapples. That was
okay. So they got this thing for those of y'all don't know that I've seen and it started maybe about 2 or 3 months ago, I guess. And what you do, you buy the pineapple spears. You can get them from Sam's Club. You get like 10 or 12 in that thing. Sliced pineapple in a jar. Sam's Club sells them for about $6.89. You pour the juice out. You mix up Kool-Aid, and you pour it in that jar. And they got some people that selling it for $20.
See, you different. You said something different that people aren't doing.
What?
They're not doing what you just said. They're not taking those spears and pouring the syrup out.
Okay.
They're keeping that syrup already in there. So it's already sugared sweet.
Okay.
With the syrup, with the light syrup that comes in it. Then they're putting the Kool-Aid and the sugar in it and mixing it together and making it what you do.
Oh, wow.
That's why we're getting diabetes.
Oh, wow.
That's why people getting their foot chopped off.
Well, I mean, it's very, very... Now, I did make one and I gave you one. How was it?
It was okay. I felt like I ain't gonna lie, my stomach was messed up a couple of days later, and I felt like it was just too much sugar. And that's from somebody that make Kool-Aid.
Now, and mind you now, I poured the pineapple juice off of it.
Yeah.
And made the Kool-Aid separately and poured it in the container.
But I had to go back and update that Kool-Aid because you don't do Kool-Aid like I do Kool-Aid.
Oh, no, this man's a half a bag of daggone sugar. And so anyway, where's the Kool-Aid at? Where's the sugar?
You know it was too sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Because if I couldn't do that.
But now, just the other day, I was sitting in the garage and I looked in the refrigerator.
You got one still in there.
I got 2 in there.
Yeah.
I said, let me try one because it's been fermenting for about a month now.
Sheesh.
And I ate that thing and I was like, this is ridiculous to eat something like this. But I just, it was cheap. I tried it. I didn't have the big jar. I took some little smaller mason jars. I got like 4 in mine and stuff. But as I ate it, I was like, okay, what value is this? What does this feel? Does this like something? It has no value whatsoever. I'm not going to knock the hustle. Shout out to the people who sell it for $20.
I'm just telling y'all, black people, it's real. They're showing us it's easy. They ain't even got to do it no more. We gonna take ourselves out. We saw this a couple years ago with the Popeyes chicken sandwich.
Yeah, wasn't that crazy? Over a daggone chicken sandwich.
We saw this. We saw how crazy black people went for a freaking Popeyes chicken sandwich. And the crazy part is Boondocks predicted it about 10 years prior to that on their show.
Boondocks.
Where everybody where pretty much had a pandemic for chicken.
Aaron McGruder was a prophet. Is a prophet.
Hold on. He is really a prophet. They had the chicken that went crazy, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody was going crazy for it. And then right after the chicken, everybody got sick and had a pandemic. What happened in the world? We had that in 2018. And in 2019, COVID.
Lost our mind over toilet paper. That was made in America. It wasn't a foreign product.
Can we talk about the fact that your president is building a UFC stage on the White House? It's going to be a real live fight on the White House lawn for his birthday and Flag Day.
You mean the public housing that he lives in? The ghetto right down the street is a Section 8 house.
He lives on Section 8.
They're going to have a barbecue,
Government subsidized
in the front on the White House lawn. Okay, now, we know that's the definition of certain things, right? Okay, that's listen, okay, this might sound a little controversial, but you got to understand where I'm coming from. I'm not going to knock Donald Trump's hustle because he has tapped into something in America that we never thought could be tapped into. He realizes that America is up for sale. He bought judges by putting them in places. He bought Congress by pimping them out and doing certain things. If you go against him, he will, and you come back up for office, he will not gerrymander. He will make it so that you don't, put so much behind the opponent that you can't get back in office. It's been done to some people. So he has really pimped America. Now, there's some constraints that should have been in place, known as Congress and the Senate, but they're all a bunch of Mitches and will not put this man under any type of authority. So if you give a person like that, number one, he's a narcissist. And if you give a person like that the key to the country, he's going to take everything he can. And I'm not knocking him because the people that's in place that's supposed to put the
checks and balances
that
we all learned about.
They ain't put no checks
in elementary school.
So that means to tell me that somewhere down the line, they're okay with it. If you're okay with it, that means you're looking for your opportunity to be involved and do the same thing. That's why they won't vote against having Senate and Congress members to not be able to do the stocks. They're complaining that they make $189,000 with all their expenses paid and they need a raise. So they should be allowed to invest in the stock market on the very things that they passed a bill to get money from. You see the game?
Yeah.
It's a game. And we ain't learned the game. But it's a game at the expense of the American people because so many people are suffering. I'm happy for my position in life. Am I trying to get more? Oh, yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am. Because what we pay or what they charge, it's never going to go down. It's going to continue and You got to get your hustle on.
I mean, like I just told Nelson this. I was like, bro, like they said in Tampa alone, they was like, I read a study. There's like for a single person, a single adult, male or female, whatever. But it's like to live comfortable in Tampa, you got to be making about 110 or something like that, $2,000 a year.
Comfortable.
To live comfortable, not to be great. They said just to live comfortable, to be able to like not feel like you check the check, but you living, you know what I'm saying? You still out there where you could do some stuff.
That's why I would never leave. That's why I would never leave your mama. I can't pay that. I can't pay her note and mine.
100,000, bro.
Ain't no way. I couldn't do it.
100,000 is crazy, bro.
I would be a squatter in my own home.
Like I told Nessa, I was like, they making it so hard for us now because it might sound controversial, but I'm gonna be honest, bro. Back in the day, if government jobs weren't paying and all these different jobs or whatever weren't being supplied to us and we couldn't make it, there was people that would go out there and get to it. Hustlers, drug dealers. The drugs are even bad today. So now you can't even go out and be a drug dealer because you're not even like, they got all the drugs everywhere else and they got them in all your local smoke shops, got them everywhere. So it's like you can't even be the drug dealer no more and make that type of money. Like the only thing you can do is scam.
Well, yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest, if they come out with another PPP loan, I'm getting it. I don't care.
Well, here's the thing. We chastise the small guy who signed up and got the PP loans, but we don't chastise the mega churches that got PP. Not just, well, don't put no names to it, but I'm just saying.
Why not? He ain't let them people in when it was flooding outside during the tornado.
Well, there's a whole
Joel Osteen. I don't care about him.
Let's name some of the other ones that got some too. The big heavyset black guy. His church.
You mean the one that was with Diddy at the parties?
We don't know nothing about that. He retired. They got out of that. But
allegedly.
All I'm saying is, we had people who had some businesses, and because you had a business, you could get the lawyer to write off, and you had some employees to get the PPP loans. And then all of a sudden, because a lot of people in Congress and the Senate had businesses, what did they do to the loans? Made it so you don't have to pay them back. Well, wait a minute. If you don't have to pay them back,
that's a grant.
Why are they charging the people who got the loans illegitimate? If the people got them legitimately and you don't have to pay them back, what's wrong with the people that got them illegitimate and they didn't have to pay them back? So why are you charging them anything? That don't make sense.
Like I said,
I'm getting ready to get my Charleston White bounce on now.
Like I said, don't even bring him up.
I won't. Woo, woo, woo. Get that one eye going to the left.
I try to keep him out of my algorithm as best as possible.
But man, it's just
But that's my thing with America. Is like, bro, America is so backward sometimes, like, to me. And this is like the fact that we allowed them to trick us to where we at now is crazy. Like, I say it all the time off mic, and I say it. I'm like, it's got to be some type of revolution to come. That's the only way we're gonna fix it. Like, America has to die, unfortunately.
Well,
like the systems that are in place has to die. Not America as the people. Right. I'm talking about the system of America has to die. The American governmental system that we have in place currently needs to die in order for us to be to go further. Because right now, all it's looking like is like every other great empire throughout the history of mankind. They get to a certain point, and then what happens? They all die and they fall apart. Well, and that's where America is at right now. We're already 50 years. That's usually about the time mark when something ends up breaking. Yeah,
we may just have a... The problem with America is that we can't do like other countries have done, in my honest opinion, where they've had revolutions, because we always want to say we need to come together, okay? And let's say we do come together, and we have come together. But then soon as we come together and we alleviate what we thought was a problem, we then become separated again. Let's just use 9/11 for, we know how that went. We need to come together. Well, we came together and we fought a fake war for fake reasons, but we came together. Just as soon as that began to quail and get over, and that's old news, all of a sudden, then what happened to the we come together? Oh no, now we're back separating each other. Now we're back with the police brutality against certain demographics of people. Now we're back to that. See, we always come together when it benefits the whole country, but the whole country doesn't get to benefit from the we. Certain people in this country have fought in every war in this country to benefit the country, but yet they still get to be what? Ostracized and demonized as if they're the problem. We never bombed this country, but you love the people from the country that did bomb this country in Pearl Harbor. You love the people from other countries and European nations that went against this country. You love all them. We have never done anything negative towards this country, but deep down inside, we're hated. And I know what it is because there's a mindset where certain people was born on third base and never got off of third base. People that wasn't even in that's got one swing at the bat, hit a home run, and they have now passed and surpassed the people who were born on third base, and they hate that. And when you can teach a people to hate someone that does better than you, that did not step on you, but just moved ahead of you, you got them. And Franklin Delano Roosevelt explained it, and he spoke a bit about how racism is. And if you want to look it up, look it up. I'm not going to try to quote it correctly, but that's why we will never be together as a nation. We want to do these things, but I just don't trust people.
But think about it.
I just don't trust people.
Think about it, though. You just said something perfect. And granted, we know there's always been police brutality in certain situations and everything like that. It's been going on forever. Like, so we're not acting like it was just brand new when this happened. But you said it. You said we had 9/11. The whole country was like, if you had that flag on your car, I remember them times. Everybody just wore a flag on their car. And it was like, we're all Americans. We're all Americans today. I don't care if you're black, white, nothing. We're Americans
Today.
The only people that really was getting it was, unfortunately, the Middle Easterns.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And which is unfortunate for a lot of people that had nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? But as a black person, we understand stereotypes. We get it. So we understood y'all. But this is my thing. All of that happened, cool. So that happened in 2001. And then, of course, Bush gets reelected 2004. So now his 4 years is, so of course you're going, because he's the one who took us to war. Cool. And then what happens in 2008? Tell me. A young brother by the name of Barack Obama became president.
And America lost his mind.
It said what? We needed change.
America lost his mind. A portion of America lost his mind.
And that is when the uprooting of everything that we see today, that's when it began. Right then.
It did. It really did.
That's when it began.
For everybody that wants to say, oh, Barack Obama divided America. No. You raised your racist head and begin to spew.
It was a lot of, I don't care about, and I can say it. You don't have to say it. I don't care. There was a lot of dumb, I almost said it. There was a lot of dumb, mentally challenged crackers out there that didn't know nothing about nothing, but they saw a black man become president and was like, wait a minute. Not this nigga. That's what they said. I feel like at some point we got to keep it a buck.
Let's even bring it up even higher than that, because the mentality is that, you know, if you don't know, you don't know. But let's go to the Senate when Mitch McConnell was caught saying, my one job is to make sure he gets nothing passed, meaning Barack Obama. So you're a senator, you're in charge of the Senate, and your one job is to make sure that this man as a president gets nothing, think about it, nothing passed.
I think we get,
no matter how good it is for the country, you want to make sure, and this is why we need more than just two parties in this country. We probably need 3 or 4, because I cannot be a part of someone else's party, but if that person has a really, really great idea, should I not be allowed to support that idea just because it's from another party, because it's for the betterment of the country? But we're so divided between this Republican and Democrat, and that's always the middle ground. I'm gonna tell you truthfully, I think we missed our opportunity when we didn't get Bernie Sanders in. Bernie was the middle of the road for us. We went the old route with Hillary Clinton. It wasn't about her being a woman per se. It was about that old regime of being the same old, and they cheated Bernie Sanders in the Democratic National Congress and something with the votes that they did or something like that. I think we missed our opportunity.
That's why I don't have respect for the Democrats neither today, because it's like, bro, y'all keep talking about all this stuff, and it's like and the thing I hate the most is like all of these voting apologists or whatever you want to call it out here, who's like, see, this is what happened when y'all don't vote, or this is what happens. Can we look at the vote numbers again and actually look? We can see that he won by majority. When you win by majority, it don't matter if I didn't vote.
Well, it
doesn't matter if I didn't vote. And on top of that, y'all told us because this is coming from somebody who I've been saying this for years now. I've been saying, I'm tired of y'all keep trying to tell us who we supposed to vote for and what we supposed to vote for when y'all don't give us no real good candidates. I don't have to vote on two of the lesser evils. I shouldn't have to do that. I shouldn't have to say, well, I really don't like I don't like Joe Biden, but I really can't stand Trump. So let me just go put Biden in here, who's going to just go and give $60 million to Ukraine every freaking month. While you got people in America out here starving and suffering.
This is why
don't get me started
we
on
need
them.
to have more than just the two parties. We need to have more, maybe 3 or 4. And we need to stop allowing so much money to be put into politics. It just makes no sense how you can come up with $100 million, $200 million to run a campaign, but you can't come up with that same money to help feed children in schools and help homeless. And
we're back.
Yep, we're back. Hey, sometimes nature calls. What do you do? So, yeah, but I don't know. I think since with social media and everything, the world is moving so fast that most people, young people, don't have a chance to evolve the way that, the way I grew up to evolve. Y'all have to get a hold, and you're being pushed to be adults and have so much at such an early age. That you don't get, you're just not getting a chance to grow into things. Like I said, my first apartment was a couple $100, and I wasn't making much money, and but we did everything gradually. But one thing that we tend to forget here is that remember COVID, people had stopped paying rent, so I guess those guys had to kind of get their money back somehow. And that's as soon as we came out of COVID, rent jumped up like it was going crazy and out of style. So
I still blame y'all generation.
What did we do? What didn't we do? Or what should we have done differently? Is it the greed? I think it's all greed. It's all greed.
That's simply what it is.
Yeah.
Y'all weren't thinking about making a better life for our children. Y'all were thinking about how can we get to the top of the ladder and do all of this, and in the meantime, screw whoever else it affects. And I think that's really where it's at. Like, and now, like I've heard you even say where in past time where I was like, oh, I'm stressed and I'm going through it. You're like, well, what you got to be stressed about? What you got? It's like, bro, we got real life problems out here. Like we're getting our 30s and 40 years old, and we don't even see a realistic path to house ownership.
I agree.
We got a constant race war, gender war right now with the other sex that goes on constantly, whether it's online or in real life. It's a real thing that you have to deal with. Is these jobs ain't paying crap. When I was coming out of high school, $20 an hour seemed like a lot. The fact that $20 an hour is still what they offering right now is crazy. That's the part that we don't understand. Okay, cool. Y'all can, if you want to raise everything up, raise it up, but pay me more.
Well, I think that in our country, we can't say one thing and do another. We love to say America is the greatest country. We have a lot of greatness, and we can be a lot better, but we can't say America is great, but then we have such a disparity in the distribution of wealth. A few men should not control 75, 80, 90% of the wealth in this country. It can't sustain itself like that. No one situation. It's just like in a family. It's like if you got a family of 10, and obviously, the father and mother is working, so they're the controlling factors of the wealth in that family. But if they don't distribute it amongst the children, it becomes a dysfunctional system. And this is how America is. We have few controlling everything. And then, they were sold with Reagan talking about the trickle-down theory. The only thing that trickles down is piss. That's the only thing that trickles down. And it will trickle down on people who think that by propping up billionaires and millionaires and trying to make sure they got something, that they're going to bring it down towards you. They never do. It's very, very rare that it happens. And it's just gotten so out of hand. America is built on competition, but we don't allow cars from China to come here. And their car, from what I see on the internet and everything, they got some wonderful looking cars and the pricing and everything. Yeah, are we protecting the consumers? Yeah, we say, not the consumer, we're protecting the jobs in America. Maybe so. But then those same people that won't allow the cars to come from other countries here say we're protecting American jobs. Then they fight against the unions who are what? Trying to make sure that those same people have the great jobs. So it's the old flim-flam thing. What they call it, the New York, what's that thing called? The shell game in New York. They got the 3 shells, and they say, look over here, what I'm doing.
3-card Monte.
3-card Monte, any of that. They say, look at what I'm doing. Look at what I'm doing. I'm shuffling and da-da-da-da. Now you pick one. Meanwhile, with the three shells, they done took the pea out of all the pods. There's not even, you can't pick the correct one. I used to, when I was first in the Navy, when I was in Chicago up there, Waukegan, and we, catch the train down to Chicago, they would have the guys on the train who was hustling the sailors because they knew the sailors was at boot camp. They got those checks. They had plenty of money. And I knew some guys before we got to Chicago, they was already broke, because the guys on the train was playing the 3-card Monte with them and stuff. And this is America. It's a 3-card Monte. America, and when I say greed, let's talk about it. If I buy a car today and pay taxes on it, I've paid the taxes. Mm-hmm. Then I sell that car and you buy it used, then you go back and do what? Pay taxes on that same car again. Now, I paid the tax on a $30,000 car already. Now it's only worth $20,000. So they're going to charge you taxes on it. So now technically you've paid taxes on a $50,000 car. 3 years later, you sell it for $10,000. They charge you now. So taxes have been on this one vehicle, just the sales tax alone. We pay almost half of our money goes into taxes. Now, I know taxes supposedly takes care of the roads and this, but they always got something to. Let me give you a good example of how they always switch the game up. When we lived in Maryland, in the Baltimore Colts, the owner wanted a new stadium, and the people just wasn't feeling putting money in. What's his name? Bob Israel, I think that was his name, giving him a new stadium. So guess what he did? He packed them up overnight and took them to Indianapolis. Next thing you know, we got the Maryland lottery system. But the Maryland lottery system was originally designed for educational funding alone. When the Colts left, guess what they did? They then got legislation to change the lottery system, called it the Maryland Stadium Authority. So now they're taking money from education to put in a pot to do what? To build a new stadium to attract another owner and build it. And that's what they did. They played a flim-flam game. They moved the money as they choose to move the money. If everything was distributed equally, I think everybody would be so much better and live a much better life.
This is what I want to know, and I don't know this. I don't know this for sure. I don't know it. So I'm just asking questions from an ignorant standpoint. Do any other countries send money to people?
Other countries do.
I'm not meaning like export and import.
No,
I'm
no,
talking
no.
about just sending relief fund.
Yeah, other countries through the international bank system do help support other countries. But now when they support those countries, it was supposed to be for food assistance and to help keep people out of poverty. But now, let's say within the last 25, 30 years, the support that we do is only because of, comes from a position of power. We don't just do it just to be helping people be better people. We always influence. If you look at the history, we have always interjected ourselves into other people's politics. That's why Libya is the way it is right now, a dysfunctional country. Libya was doing good. Gaddafi, centralized, was trying to develop his own banking system.
Didn't Obama take him out?
Yes, he did, with Northern Africa, because they were going to destabilize the American. They were no longer going to trade on the American dollar.
That boy Barry said
They had
a new dollar.
They had free everything, and it wasn't just. The president is just a figurehead. There's other people behind, and corporations and bigwig people that you never will see or hear, that controls the way everything is done. But they're not going to relinquish that power.
Well, the only reason I asked that question was just because I'm just tired of hearing that every month. Like I said, that was my biggest thing with Biden. I don't care what y'all say. I can't stand that man. Like, there's no reason. Like, I don't. First off, did it just go away? What happened to
the money to Ukraine?
No, what happened to the whole
war?
Gaza, all of that over there.
Oh, it's still going on.
So why don't we hear nothing about it? That's my part. That's my part. They go, no, hold on, let me get off my thing, because you talked for a while. Let me just say, there's no reason why you can go and do 12, we had it's like a 5-month period where there's like, hey, this is happening in Gaza. Oh my God, they're doing airstrikes, they're doing bomb, oh, boom, 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 all of this. Zelensky, whatever his name was, all that going on, and we're sending $60 million here, $60 million there, $60 million here, just sending it like nothing. And then it just goes away when when Biden leaves office.
My turn?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Everything is a ploy, is what I'm trying to get at. None of this is real to me. And if it's real, I don't care. I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care. Listen.
Okay.
As a black man in America, bro, I cannot keep putting up my fight and my like put all my effort into trying to help these other people in other countries. Okay. They say charity starts at home.
Okay. So
start it at home.
All right. Let's, because before we go down this rabbit hole, I remember self-preservation is first and foremost. That means you take care of self first. If you have to forsake everything else, self-preservation. So let's back this train up that you just got on. Biden only signed the paperwork. Congress controls the money.
Here we go.
They're the ones who have done this thing.
Y'all make excuses for the Democrats.
It's not, no, I'm not making excuses.
You are.
No, I'm telling you fact. A fact is not an excuse. I'm getting ready to lay the whole process out for you, sir. You got to listen to the process. It's not an excuse. Because
this is what y'all do every time. If it's Trump made the decision. But when it's other people, when it's the Democrats making it, it's Congress and all these checks and balances. Where the same Congress? Then let's say Congress is making all the decisions then.
You think the money that went to Argentina was just done by Trump? I'm not blaming Trump. Trump's the voice. Congress is the one that controls the money purse. Well, Congress is doing it. Why are they doing it? Because they have a bigger agenda. May never know that. All right. Okay.
And the president also has the power to veto.
But he's just the president.
But he has the power to veto.
He won't be president very long. Trust me. It's a bigger no.
I think no for real. I think y'all grew up in a time where what was told to y'all in books and on the news is just what y'all kind of believe in, and it's like nowadays we see it totally different.
You're right. We did. We did.
Just see it totally different.
We did.
And Trump has exposed a lot of it to me. Trump has exposed to me the true nature of the presidency, meaning that it don't mean crap. The whole system, the whole thing don't mean nothing. Trump, like, that's why I said, like, whoever president, I know it sounds farce because it does actually affect your everyday life, but it doesn't necessarily affect your everyday life. You still got to go out there and get it on your own. Obama didn't do nothing for us to help us out. Biden didn't do nothing for us to help us out. Trump didn't do, what did Obama do?
How long did you stay on my insurance? Till you was 26. Before Obama signed his paperwork, at 18, you would have been kicked off my insurance.
Okay.
You said nothing.
What does that got to do with anything?
I just showed you one thing. You was allowed to stay on my insurance. How many knee operations did you have under my insurance? 2.
Okay. Only one of them we paid for out of the insurance. The second one I got done. The second one got done because of workers' comp. You forget that? I got a workers' comp. They paid for that.
Okay, well, congratulations for workers' comp.
I'm just saying, but even still, what does me being on your insurance till 26 have to do with anything?
You wouldn't have been able to get that first operation on your own because you didn't have the insurance.
I was 17 when I got hurt, the first one. So I would have, because I was still under your plan. That's what I'm saying. It don't mean nothing.
All right.
It don't mean nothing. Like,
it does mean something. It's deeper than the surface of what we're just going over right now, son. It's deeper.
And insurance is a
scam. I know.
Scam. So it's like,
I know. But we
had to stay on your scam.
This is the system that we live in. And we need to change the system.
But that's what we keep saying. But y'all keep bringing up all this. Well, Congress did this. F Congress. F all of them.
That sounds good.
All
good.
of them.
Okay. Let's say we do that. Then what?
Destroy and rebuild. That's what I mean. I mean, literally destroy it all. It all has to come to an end.
Based
all
on
of it.
So you want anarchy?
Yeah.
You want anarchy?
I want us going back to just at least tarring people and putting them in. We had the Boston Tea Party back in the day. At least do something like that. They didn't like the taxes that they were doing. Listen how dumb America is. America escaped from England, right?
Yeah.
Just to come here and do exactly what England was doing and name all of their places after England.
Yeah.
New York.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense. Maryland,
St. Mary's, Maryland,
like
all that. Yeah.
Queens, Elizabeth,
but that was all they knew at that time.
But if I'm leaving you, if I want to get away from the Leatherberry household, right, and I want to detach, the first thing I'm gonna do when somebody asks me what my name is, I'm not gonna tell them, yeah, my name is Xavier. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna
You got to remember when those people came over, a lot of times they sent those same people as governors to rule over those areas. Those governors. That's why you look at just like a lot of your Caribbean islands got names of England. Places like that, but
most of them are under European.
Yeah, they were colonized.
Yeah,
they're colonies of when you're a colony of something, that means they also put finances into it to control certain things. That's just the way those sort of governments are designed and stuff. Now, is there a better system? There probably is a better system. Is there a more equitable system? We are a consumer nation, and by being a capitalist nation, not consumer, capitalism is always going to be based on somebody up high and somebody down low. It's just the way the system is designed. Now, until we can do one of them Star Trek episodes where everybody come out equal, this is what we got, and we got to figure out how to take care of self, and then we can branch out. But
so we gotta go back to tarring people.
Feather and tarring.
Trying to tell you, it got the job done. It scared them a little bit.
Let me ask you this. Do you think, let's say the system breaks down. What do you think the rich going to do?
What do you mean?
Let's say the system, we have tyranny.
Okay.
System done. We're fed up. We're tired.
Okay.
What's the rich going to do? Where are they going to go?
What do you mean? It don't matter. We don't care about the rich. The rich ain't going to be rich no more. The rich is going to get eaten by the have-nots.
Who's going to control the money system?
We don't care about none of that stuff. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Food and transport. Food still got to be done.
No. Listen, I get what you're saying. I'm not acting like I'm saying the system of the government. The government.
When you get a chance, look up what's happening off the coast of Albania.
Why do we care about these other places? I'm talking about America.
Because Trump's daughter and her husband have just started building this humongous refuge resort on an island that they bought.
Okay.
They're going to leave. The rich plan on leaving. Okay.
So what you're saying is the rich are going to leave and just leave the thing to the poor. Mm-hmm. Okay, we don't like the rich people anyway. We just said the America shouldn't be ran by 3 or 4 people.
So you want a system
rich.
where only the strongest survives?
Yes, go back to the beginning of time when we was sat there and.
Okay. Did you ever see the movie?
Eve.
I always refer to this movie. You ever see the movie?
Yes, I know which one you're talking about.
Elysium.
Yes.
Where they're up there.
That's fine.
And they have the health system that can cure stuff like that, and they leave everybody else behind.
That's fine.
And did you see what leaving behind was?
That's fine.
All right.
That's fine.
All right. But still, guess what? The ones down here still support those up there.
Like I said, that's fine.
Sometimes
people are. I think we're just afraid of what could be. My thing, like, and it's a little bit of like Stockholm syndrome. You know, you get kidnapped and you get so used to being in this situation that you're not even. Now you don't even leave.
Let me ask you a question.
That's how we are.
Let me ask you a question.
America is Stockholm.
So if an asteroid was to hit us today, an asteroid comes in our solar system, it breaks up, and it hits 4 or 5 places over the world, and the world is in complete disaster, tsunamis, fire, and then 3 months from now, we come out of whatever, and we got nothing functioning.
Mm-hmm.
What do we do?
Start from scratch. Hunter-gatherer. You got all them guns for a reason, right? You've been planning for the apocalypse, the end of the world.
I don't have any guns.
So, we in Florida. We can do it. You know what I'm saying? There's some other places that they can't say that. We in Florida. We got them things on us, okay? Try if you want. But no, like, but I'm saying though, you've been in the garage practicing and preparing for the apocalypse, the end of the world. And now when I bring up a chance to get to the end of the world, you talking about what we gonna do. I don't know. You lead us. You told me that you've been waiting on this thing.
Okay, so I'm in charge. You got me in charge. Guess what? First thing is self-preservation. I'm gonna take care of us. I'm gonna take care of those who are like-minded, like me. My buddies down the street that I know of and a few others that, we got the radios that we can talk. So we begin to do what? We form our community.
Mm-hmm.
When you form a community, do we form it so everybody is equal, or does some people be on top and some people is there a tier factor there somewhere? Because let me tell you now, when I formed the community, I got people that's going to have to protect us.
Mm-hmm.
We got to make sure they get fed and they eat.
Mm-hmm.
We got those that have to have some skills, because before I allow you to come into our community, you got to demonstrate to me that you got some skills.
Yeah, I know.
Okay? Because things are limited. Crops are limited.
Mm-hmm.
We just can't have 200 more people come in and just,
Do you watch Paradise?
Yeah, I watched Paradise. I seen it.
Did you see this last season?
Yeah, I seen it.
Okay.
But
so once again, all them guys that was Xavier's wife or whatever, that she joined up with them groups, right?
Yeah.
They all was ready, and they all got hierarchies. They got you could tell who is who in the hierarchy of things.
Mm-hmm.
The young boy seemed like he one of the leaders of it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. He's smart. He helped build it, seems like, or whatever. He knows something about this stuff that's going on. So cool. My thing is, same deal. Yes, there's going to be a hierarchy to whatever it is. Any system or anything that you have, there's going to be some type of hierarchy to it because certain things are being, like certain people can do certain things. That's just life. I get that. I'm not even mad at that. I'm still just saying I would rather have that than where we currently are.
So we can rebuild the system, but what we're going to rebuild is a much fairer system. We're not going to have a big dispersity of saying so because I'm the leader of the group, I shouldn't get a much bigger share than the other people.
Honestly, if it was up to me, the one thing I would do, the one thing ain't coming back in this new revolution: taxes. I don't believe in taxes at all.
Okay.
And I know what y'all gonna say. They build your schools. They build your...
No. Forget all that. So we got we got a community of 500 people, and we all we got groups that do protection. We got groups that grow crops. We got groups that are builders and everything. So everybody's contributing. So when the crops are ready, we distribute it all equally?
Yes.
Sounds good. I agree. The problem happens when we allow one or two at whatever position thinks that they should get more.
And that's when you gotta put them down.
You gotta put them. I agree. All right, then
Everybody can't go.
You're right. Everybody can't go.
And if you're not on board with this more of a utopian type of society that we're trying to build, to where everybody has a seat at the table and everybody has something.
But what happens is we begin to think that because somebody else has some sort of leadership, be careful where we go now, because the first thing they're going to bring up is the person who is a person of God, who will kind of steer things in a certain manner. Now you got this group, then you're going to have politicians, people with a political thought. Because when I say a political thought, that means anything we do, we come to a vote.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And then that's where we begin to have that separation. So we go right.
No, I just realized you can't be the leader. I gotta be the leader. Cause you're gonna let too many people in. You're gonna be too diplomatic with people. Me, I'm straight up.
No.
You care? Do you want to?
I'm following the path of progression.
No,
you're not gonna let everybody in.
What you're sounding like is like you sounding more like you're just trying to get back to where we, like, slowly but surely we're gonna end right back into where we already are, instead of changing it. When I say changing it, listen. Before we had money, before we had gold and silver, what did people trade with? Whatever you had. That was how you bartered for goods and service. Oh, you sell corn? Well, I sell watermelon. So I'm gonna give you some watermelon. You're gonna give me some corn, whatever it might be. That's how you do it. I don't understand. God put in when you said about God and politics, boom, boom. I'm your son, so we're religious. We go to church. Cool. But also, religion is part of the reason why why the world is the way it is.
You are correct. Yes.
So once again, it's like almost like throw religion out the window as well. Right. Throw everything out the window. Right. We need to start completely over when Eve and Adam was on the planet. That's it. Or Cain and Abel.
Well, you going way back, bro.
That's where I want to go, because I'm tired of everything.
Way back, man.
I'm just saying, like, we need to get back to them caveman days. We do. Learn how to build a fire. Go out there and hunt.
And even when Adam and Eve.
It's all right, Miles. These little dogs ain't enough.
Adam and Eve had their first children, Cain and Abel.
Was that their kids?
Yeah. Boy, you need Sunday school. Adam and Adam, Eve, Cain. You don't remember? Mm-hmm. Anyway.
No, because when you start reading more of that part of the Bible, it starts getting a little nasty and freaky.
Well, they
don't explain it well.
Well, it's not the Bible is not a historical book per se.
I was about to say, if Adam and Eve was the first two, and then they had Cain and Abel, how did the rest of the world come about?
Maybe they were the first two that was recognized by God. Because now we got to get into the giants of the world, which You know, like, they're mentioned in the book.
Nephilim or whatever. Yeah.
They're mentioned in the book.
Yeah.
You know, wasn't he had 2 brothers. Good thing they didn't show up.
Goliath.
Yeah, he had 2 brothers.
But was Goliath really a giant, or was he just like
Shaq.
Shaq? You know what I'm saying? Or was he Wimby or something like?
I don't know.
I mean, hey, girl, Wimby an alien. He looked like an alien, you know?
Yeah.
So
thank God he don't have no muscle on.
that's what I'm saying. Like, Jesus Christ.
But I don't know. But like I said, even look, even in the beginning, one of the brothers slain the other brother because of jealousy.
Yeah.
But I can understand why he was mad, because God showed favor to the other brother. But then some say because he didn't bring his first. I don't know. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole and stuff. But I don't know, man.
But in a time like that, what is God
you seen the movie? You seen the movie Greenland? Greenland and Greenland 2. Okay, just check those 2 out. Any of those apocalyptic type movies are always very, very interesting, because man, you just got to figure out.
And I told you what I would do if it was come down to the end of the world or whatever, and we got to restart. The first place I'm going is by a river. I'm setting up by a river in some type of water, because everybody gonna go for the weapons, the guns, and stuff like that. You get your weapons already. You get that now while the world ain't going crazy. That way, when the world shuts down, you already got the weapons. Then you go lock up one of the water municipal plants or whatever it might be. Get you some fresh water, because that's the one thing that everybody gonna have to have.
Yeah, water is the essence of life.
Like, I watched it. South Park taught me that.
But you got to learn how to take that water and cleanse it.
Fresh water not already clean?
Fresh water got a lot of bacteria in it. You can get sick very quickly. You just got to boil it.
Yeah.
Or run it through a filtration system of charcoal and sand.
Okay, but what I was going to ask you was, so
you got to have some value when you come to my
So what is the difference between that and a? So you can boil or whatever, you can decontaminate fresh water, but you can't decontaminate salt water.
Yeah, salt water has to go through a desalination process. That's what they do on ships. It's very expensive, but it can be done.
Okay.
That's why I don't understand why a lot of coastal states don't have desalination, or however you pronounce it, plants along their coastline.
That's what I'm thinking, because I'm like, when it was like, oh, water, it's a water scare and stuff like that, and water scare. How?
We'll build a stadium, but we won't build a desalination plant.
Come on now. I'm like, especially, I'm like, bro, we're surrounded by water.
But every naval ship that I was on, we produce our own water on those ships. You know, we don't store that much water. We produce, we make it. You know.
Oh man, it's crazy. But
things can be done. But you got to remember, no matter what happens, there's always going to be, you got to have a factor where you can protect yourself, because greed is always going to be a factor with people, even within your compound. So you got to be strong and know you are not going to be the leader. You could be a co-leader, but you ain't going to be the leader. See, we're already fighting for power. Mufasa wants to take over the Lion King. So here we go.
Just saying, man. Sometimes you got to push them out the way, bro. Like, sometimes you got to.
I'll relinquish the power. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z still out here trying to rap and act like he want to go head to head with Drake, bro. Sometimes you gotta let these old heads know, bro.
Let me ask you a question. And let's speak up. Why is it only, maybe this is only what I see, but why is it only the black artists that seem like they go against each other? Do the artists of other, do they go against? I never see the beefs. I don't understand this.
It's just us.
Everybody's making money. What is the beef for?
It's just us.
It's ridiculous.
Because they say rap is a competitive sport.
Okay, now you got to help me with something else that's here recent, and we're gonna switch here. And I know you don't, you might not know about it, but what are these things called takeovers? These YN takeovers. You know, like they did at Clearwater the other day, and then they had shooting out there.
Oh, well, there you go.
And they shot. Oh, and you know they were going to try to come to. They said they were coming to Wesley Chapel. Wesley Chapel, they shut that down. They got wind of it, and they like however it was supposed to develop. You ain't messing up Wesley Chapel like that.
A YN is a young nigga.
Yeah, I know what they are.
And
Which, I still don't say that word, but anyway.
I do. They some YNs. I'm not a YN. I'm now at this point in my life.
Well, I would like to public disclaimer or whatever you want to say, a PS announcement is that there is a difference between black people
And niggas.
and those people. Okay, Chris Rock said it years ago. There is a difference. So, however you want to differentiate difference, that's up to you. But there is a wide difference. So don't bring that mess around my house.
And also, there's a duality in it as well. Because sometimes I can just be a nigga. And other times I can be just a human. But sometimes I can be that. That's why in the Boondocks they call nigga moments. You know what I'm saying? Because
speaking of that, was the first time I was watching something online and I saw the clip of an end moment when the two guys bumped into each other and did all the shooting and didn't even hit each other. And that's what got me interested in Aaron Magruder and Boondocks, and then I fell in love with the whole thing.
I'm telling you, because that's really what it is. A lot of times it be a moment. It don't even be a lot of extra stuff beforehand. You like, well, how did it get to this? How did it get to that? It don't.
Okay.
It just be boom.
All right, so this is the month of June, and June the 12th is what?
Father's Day.
15th is a Father's Day.
Okay.
That's the movie coming out.
Disclosure Day.
Disclosure. Now, with AI, it's hard to tell anything. It's amazing how we never had any real clear pictures, and now with AI, you really can't tell what's real. But with the government coming out, and we already kind of knew.
This the movie I've been waiting on.
Here's the funny thing that I find is that I look at a lot of, I watch TikTok and Facebook, and I watch a lot of the younger people, like, they don't even care because they like, is it going to help me pay my bills?
That's it.
Are they going to come down here and take over the banking system and help me? Otherwise, we don't care what they do. They could come. So I saw one guy say, man, they could come right now and destroy everything in this country. I could care less.
Listen,
if it ain't going to benefit me, so what? So.
I'm gonna tell you something. Like, that's true, and I feel like my generation, a lot of us feel that way, and it's like, and that kind of goes back to my earlier point of where we don't feel no hope for the future right now for our generation. Like, I had this conversation with Ryan on pause, or maybe just I don't know, but like we've talked about it before, like where like I personally, and like that's why I'm so strong on the fact of like, yeah, destroy and rebuild. Like, even if that means I'm not here no more. I feel like a lot of people in my generation don't have, we just don't, let me speak for me. I don't really, at one point in my life, I was like, oh, okay, cool. I might have a son, my family, have my kids, all that. Nowadays, I look at it like, bruh, honestly, if it all was to end tomorrow, cool.
So I was just looking at
I'm not going to take myself out, but if it was something that happened and went, cool.
I was at one time a big fan of the Walking Dead series. And now they got another one that's getting ready to come out in New York. This is like spinoff number 8 or something. I don't know. And I was like, at what point do you just say, listen,
I give up.
I give up. I'd rather just be a zombie and get stabbed in the head or something.
I told you that season 1.
No, you did. I say, boy, you just gave up on the good. So I told your mother the other day, I said, because we was watching Greenland, I said, which one of our children you think we'd have the most issue with? She's like, Xavier, he ain't going to do none of this stuff. He's like, y'all just go on. I'm done.
Yeah, I'm a small weed and just let it go. Like, that's it.
And I said, and I see you standing back there trying to make him come on, and me and Nessa just leaving y'all two behind and stuff.
I got it. Take Miles with you. Because I'm not.
At some point, you're like, you know what? I've been fighting, and it's not the zombies.
No,
the zombies are cool because at least they're not the fast ones like in the I Am Legend
or I Am Legend.
Oh yeah, I'm like, they're not them fast ones. I don't mind slow walking zombies, but it's the other people you got to deal with. Trying to come into your community, trying to make you lesser to them. stealing everything you got, making you work, So we right back in that same cycle. We can't even come together for the benefit of humanity, because somebody's always going to want to be on top and be in charge with power.
Yeah.
One of the worst things ever and stuff. So I don't know, man, but we'll see what June the 12th when he comes out with the movie. Now we got to remember, it's just the movie.
It's not just the movie. He made the first movie back in the day, and that was before he had all the evidence. He said now that he's done, it's been 50 years since he made that movie. It was what's it called, First Encounters or something like that, Special Encounter.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that was Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, what about that?
Yeah, and he said at that time he was more so guessing on a lot of the stuff that he did. He said now, he said he knows.
So let me ask a question. And I remember when I was in the Navy. Now remember I was a meteorologist, so we studied a lot of different things. And I'm gonna tell you what, it wasn't even a convincing thing. One night I was out on the ship, and it was a perfectly clear night. And I just looked up, and I saw and observed all of the stars and everything. I went back in the office, I got on the computer, I pulled up the solar system and all of that. And I was like, how narcissistic is it for us to be in this world and think that all of this that's out here, our world compared to all of the solar systems and everything out there, we're like a little speck on a piece of carpet.
Yep.
And for us to think that we're it, this is it, we're the only thing that exists out of all of this. That's just a narcissistic mindset and stuff,
Yeah, I told you, I believe in them.
Yeah.
I've been said it. Like I believe in them. I've seen them. Like so, it's like I'm not even like necessarily like I said. If it was to come out today that they're here, we like about time y'all finally said it.
There's a movie, I can't think of the name of it, but it had Jack Nicholson and, the aliens came and everything was cool and they were friendly. And then remember they tried to give them that dove as a peace offering, and the aliens didn't like doves. The minute the dove came out, they started blasting it was a comedy type movie.
No, I know what you're talking about.
It had Jack Nicholson, Fred Whitfield was the general, but they just, the aliens just started shooting everybody because the dove was like something that they didn't care for.
I don't know why I feel maybe because they probably spoofed it. I feel like that was part of Scary Movie 3, but
It might have been, yeah.
They spoofed that, but I'm trying to think. No,
It was called Alien Nation, Alien something. But it was real cool. It was a funny movie and stuff.
Yeah.
But look, the one of the funniest movies. I saw that guy the other day
I
from
didn't know what you're talking about.
Slither.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I thought you was talking about at first when you said
Slither was great. I like that. Was great.
With his arms.
That arm just
That's funny, man.
God. So
Yeah.
But you know what? In today's world, man, you need to be able to find some real good humor, things that make you laugh, make you feel good. Because Lord knows this world, man, is beating up people bad. It's beating up people bad. And I can understand why people go off and why people, that's why I don't bother nobody. I had a guy just come in there, man, the dude just third lane over, just cut right in front of me, probably missed me by 2 feet. And I was, immediately, in my mind, I said some choice words. But then that's that. It's over. I will not allow a moment in time to dictate the rest of my life and stuff. So,
Yeah.
but we got to get better because we can't go. I don't know if we're going to get better because we're so entrenched into beaten. When a man is down, he has to be able to see some way to get up. Something, and it can't be just government assistance. You just can't keep stepping on a person before they're going to retaliate against you, because when you show me that you care for me none at all and you put roadblocks in everywhere, because most of us can be self-sufficient, but with the way the system is designed, they hardly want you to grow your own food. That's why I got, all them seeds and stuff and all that other. Oh, we're going to make it work somehow.
He been planning, but yet when I bring it up, what do you mean? You can't just you've been planning for it. I'm just
putting everything out in the universe, man.
I'm just trying to jumpstart the situation so we can get cracking, bro. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Well, I don't got no kids, so who knows? the Leatherberry line will probably die off at that point. Honestly, just saying. You know what I'm saying? That's why I want to have a kid, only so that it can keep going.
Have to go adopt some somewhere. So.
Mouse.
Get busy, Miles. Oh, he can't.
You can't do it neither. See, they took you. See, this is the government.
It's a conspiracy.
Conspiracy. Why are they doing that to you?
C-O-N. Y'all spell the rest out.
They took that from you before you even knew what you wanted to do. That's crazy. Imagine they did that to every male out here.
Well, don't be. They might start snipping people at birth.
That's crazy.
You never know nowadays.
That's
man.
crazy.
You never know.
So yeah, man. But no, I appreciate you guys once again for tuning in. Oh, once again, I don't even know if I said it at the top, but hey, make sure y'all follow us on the Pod Next Door _Pod Next Door. Okay.
Do I get paid for this?
Do you get paid for what?
This.
Did I get paid for it?
I don't know your finances, but do I get paid?
No.
Huh, ain't that something?
Why would you get paid for talking?
Boy, I'm bringing content. Anyway, hey, it's been great. I'm glad I was able to pop up as a special guest. Y'all might see me every now and then pop up. We bring another viewpoint. You know, it's a 25-year difference in us and stuff. So
actually, it's 35 different.
35. I don't know. Yeah, you're right. 35. I ain't no kids at 25. So,
and that's why I said I still got time. If my daddy had me at 35, I can have my verse at 35. I only got 3 more years.
Yeah, but you know, well, I'm not gonna go. We'll save this for another.
3 more years to get one.
Another podcast and stuff. So it's been fun.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna leave y'all out here with this. I didn't get to play it on the last pod because I actually just totally forgot. I had it ready for y'all, but hey, we got theme music now. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we got theme music. So I want y'all to just hear a little bit of this.
Must be jelly because Jam don't shake like that.
Here we go. That's the old school.
It's the Pod Next Door.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Breaking down music and more. The topics, culture, and women, of course.
Yeah.
It's your favorite duo right next door. Smooth, run the point at RJ, be the shooter. Don't leave your girl around Zay, cause he might step to her. OVO Ryan got the owl on his chest. Pod Next Door, boys bring in the best. It's the Pod Next Door.
Hey, man, I like this. Yes, sir.
You should have opened with this.
I know. It's going to be on the opening from now on, but I just had to show it to him.
Favorite duo.
Now you got to do a remix when I come, okay? Just for me.
I got you.
All right.
I got it. But yeah, man, appreciate y'all once again for tuning in. And it's just been another great episode. And we'll see y'all on the next time.
Later.
Peace.